Every journey starts somewhere, sometimes with a plan, sometimes with a ticket, and sometimes with a question. This is Glasgow, the city shaped by industry, by labor, and by water. The River Clyde looks quiet today, almost modest. But for generations, river carried noise, ambition, and steel. It carried lives. Ships were not just built here, they were imagined here, designed, argued over, tested, rebuilt, and then sent out to the world. I'm always trying to find a connection between cities, countries, people, and the history itself. Maybe that comes from my own life. As a Russian woman, I also have a connection to shipyard. My late father-in-law started his career when he was just 15 years old, a boy really. He worked here his entire life until his early retirement. For him it wasn't a history, it wasn't you read about in books. It was real life, a routine, hard work, noise, cold mornings and still. And the Clyde shipyards is no exception. Rivers like this has shaped generations, not just ships, but people. River Clyde maybe look calm today, but once it's carried the weight of the empire. At its peak, Glasgow was one of the greatest shipbuilding centers in the world. Ships built on Clyde didn't just stay in Scotland. They followed routes, trade routes, naval routes, routes drawn by power. And one route in particular appears again and again in old records: south. From cold water to warm, from grey skies to bright stone. I've always been fascinated how places connect, how decision was made in one city echo in another, thousands of miles away. Today I follow one of those echoes, not by ship of course, but with the same curiosity. Oh, hello! It's okay. He's lovely, he's lovely. Ah, you pal. Hello, pal. Today journeys look different. Airport instead of docks, planes instead of ships. This time our journey started early in the morning. We even had breakfast at the airport before the flight. And I have to say, the haggis was delicious, by the way. Jim and I are so excited about this trip. It's our first time visiting this country together, and that makes it feel even more special. I'm leaving Glasgow behind, but I'm still not saying where are we going. As always, I'm taking you with me, but for now, I'm keeping the destination a mystery. Different lights awaits, different air, different rhythm. History has already made this journey many times before me. I'm just following its trace. And if you think you already know where we're heading, pause this video, write your guess in the comment below, and later we will see who was right. 4 hours later and we have finally arrived. We flew from one small island to a very tiny one. The first thing I noticed is the light. It's sharper, cleaner, and it's almost blinding. The air feels warmer and softer. Stone replaced bricks, and the color palette changes. This place doesn't hide from the sun, it welcomes it. And this island, small in size and has always been big in importance. Empires passed through here, fleets stopped here, wars depended on it. It sat at the center of maritime routes, guarding access between east and west. Navies used it, merchants relied on it, and enemies targeted. During the Second World War, this place became one of the most heavily bombed locations on Earth, yet it endured. On this island, history doesn't really disappear, it just changes language. Because of its important location, this place was conquered and ruled by different empires for centuries, and each one left something behind. You can see it in the architecture, feel it in atmosphere, and even hear it in words people use. Street names here tell a story in layers, Italian, then English, and later the local language. Some names were replaced over time, but others quietly survived. You don't always notice it unless you're really looking. Names connected to saints, names connected to Britain, and even a few links directly to Scotland. And it feels a bit strange in a way, because sometimes it reminds me of Britain, and then in the next moment it feels completely different. Which actually makes sense. This island was under British rule for about 150 years, but it never lost itself. The language survived, the tradition stayed strong, the history is still present in everyday life. I find that fascinating how a place can be shaped by so many cultures and still keep its own identity. It's like the past is quietly living alongside the present, if you just slow down enough to notice it. When you travel far enough, you really start to notice the differences. But sometimes it's actually the contrast that helps you to understand a place the most. This place and Scotland couldn't feel more different. Here everything starts with stone, warm limestone, soft, light in color, almost golden when the sun hits it. Back in Scotland, it's mostly brick and sandstone, darker, heavier, built to handle rain, wind and cold. And the light. Even the light feels different. Here, it's brighter and direct, very open. It shows everything, every detail. In Scotland, the light is softer, filtered through clouds, always changing. And then there is a relationship with water. This place is shaped by the sea. It feels open, like everything looks outward. The sea brings people, visitors, traders, and stories from far away. In Scotland, the big cities grew around rivers. The Clyde, the Tay, the Forth. Rivers feels different. They pull life inward. They carry industry, routine, everyday work. Sea culture feels calm and watchful. Rivers culture feels busy and practical. Both are strong in their own way, just shaped differently. And standing here, you can really feel how geography quietly forms identity. So, where am I? I traveled south, across history, across light and water, and now I can finally say it. I'm in Malta. An island you can cross in under an hour, yet layered with centuries of history. For over 150 years, Malta was one of the most important naval bases of British Empire, strategic, fortified and essential. Many of the ships that arrived here were built far away on the River Clyde, still shaped in Glasgow, finding purpose in the Mediterranean. Scottish sailors, engineers, dock workers, officers, they lived here, worked here, passed through. Some returned home, some never did. This harbour has heard many accents, including Scottish ones. Malta doesn't shout its history, and it doesn't need to. It's written into the stone, into the walls, into the streets. Every layer tells a different story. Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, Knights, British, all compressed into one small island. Some details feel familiar. Driving on the left, English spoken everywhere. Systems that feel recognizable, comforting almost. Not Scottish, not British, but connected. Glasgow and Malta could not look more different. One grew beside a river, the other rose from the sea. One built ship, the other sheltered them. But history tied them together, quietly, practically, permanently. Over the next videos, I will explore this island, where we stay and how much the trip costs, what evenings feels like here. Then we will walk through the capital, through nights, food and hidden streets, and even ancient cities. The weather for the next few days is looking promising, so fingers crossed for no rain. And I'm very glad to escape the cold in February. Thank you for starting this journey with me. This is the only beginning. Until next time, bye for now.